Your girl has officially graduated college. I know, insane. I can't believe I finally did it after 4 years. I thought I was gonna quit midway, I'm not gonna lie. But besides the point, this video is for my incoming freshmen or people who are still in college. I thought I would share my personal experience and what I've learned out of college, some advices I wish I knew. I feel like everyone knows this. Please make sure to check your My Professor rating before you actually take your professor and their classes. I made the biggest mistake during the first semester of college. I checked my professor rating. I saw that the professor had really bad overall ratings. And what did I do? I decided to take him anyways. Boy, did that screw up my grade a lot. They grade more harsher. They're more stricter. You do not want your life to become more difficult. Not saying, oh, like if you take a really good professor, it's going to be so easy. It's not like that. Every professor has their own way of teaching the class. Like, yes, the concept might be the same, but they definitely teach it way, way differently. Really pay attention to the drop period of your classes. So again, every college has a drop period for like, I think 2 weeks. They give you time. During those 2 weeks or however many days that you have, please pay attention to how you're feeling about the class. Are you feeling very overwhelmed? Do you not like how the professor structures the class, how they teach the class? Please listen to your gut instinct and just drop out. You'll get full financial refund and you won't have a W on your transcript. And just to know, I don't want you to take this advice so seriously to the point where you're dropping every class and then you end up falling behind on your graduation. That's not what I'm trying to tell you. I'm just saying that there are certain classes where you may feel off, and it's just best to drop those classes when you can without letting it affect your grade and then switching to another professor, or maybe you want to take that a different semester. This is so off topic of the entire video, but I just took my mic off because I crashed out. My mic literally was on mute the entire time while I was talking. Absolutely crazy. So I'm just gonna speak to you guys like this, okay? Please do not cram the day before you have an exam. That literally rhymed. Please make sure to study early. And the reason why I say this is because yes, you may get away with cramming the day before in high school and you might get a really, really good grade. But when it comes to college, you will fail. I'm telling you guys this from personal experience as someone who crammed. It's really not worth it because as soon as exam day came, I didn't even remember what I studied. Wasted my sleep, wasted my time, my brain was fuzzy, couldn't even focus on the exam itself. Study earlier, study 1 week, study 2 weeks earlier, especially because in college you're taking so many classes. You kind of fall behind on your other future homework as well when you fall behind on one homework. College is very fast paced. There are some people who genuinely cannot take asynchronous classes because of the fact that there's so much flexibility and they just can't get themselves to do the work. Then I really recommend just going into an in-person class, which will keep you more disciplined. You need to be able to get back on your feet. Don't slow down and then lose your motivation, lose your discipline, and then you're like, screw it, I'm just gonna fail the class and retake it again. Don't do stuff like that, or like get a mediocre grade. Really try to go back up there as much as you possibly can, because it's about never giving up at the end of the day. Please don't cheat on every course that you're taking throughout college. That is insane. Studying literally helps you manage your time. And the reason why I say this is considering how many courses you're taking throughout the semester. On top of that, you have a job. On top of that, let's say you're doing extracurriculars, clubs, whatever. When you actually study throughout that time, you are literally building resistance, discipline. Practice makes perfect at the end of the day. You'll be able to recognize your study pattern, your study method. You'll figure out how to manage your time. You'll figure out how to study, and it'll be so much easier for you in the future. Failure is normal. It's totally normal in college. We make mistakes. We're learning new things. We're humans at the end of the day. Biggest thing in college is really learning from your mistakes. You're like, okay, why did I make this mistake? What did I exactly do that resulted in this? I'm gonna fix this mistake and then I'm gonna improve. Your grades don't determine how smart you are. As long as you learn from your mistakes that you made throughout college, and also if you're actually studying, you're learning something new, you're actually getting something out of it. The main thing is, are you actually getting something out of that class? Do not think about everything you need to do all at once. That's the worst thing you could do. Okay, you're stressed will go up, your cortisol will go up. Like literally what I would do is I would think about the fact that, okay, I need to get clinical hours. I also need to do well on all of my classes. I also need to do extracurriculars. And I was just like literally losing my mind thinking about all of it. You have 4 years in college, okay? Why are you rushing and losing your mind within the first year that you're in college? And now I'm not telling you don't think about what you need to do. I think it's very important for you to be thinking about the future and what you need to be doing. And I actually recommend writing everything you need to achieve throughout college, and that will keep your thoughts organized. And what I actually want you to do, only pay attention to the things that are in front of you. Don't compile up everything into one, like a clump, like you're clumping everything up. Unclump it, okay? Think about what is in front of you. Think about the first thing. What are your priorities? Make a priority list. Today, I need to get this, this, and this done. Mute everything else. Keep it in the back of your mind. Don't forget about it. Then work on that one thing. The next day, you work on another thing, you work on another thing. And that's how you live your life and not lose your mind. The thing with college students is I know for a fact that we get stressed out a lot, but sometimes you have to reel yourself back into reality. I think about, okay, so I'm really stressed out about this exam. I'm trying my best for it. The main thing is whether I'm trying or not. I'm gonna take this exam anyways. And then once you take the exam, it's gonna be over. Within 4 years later, you're not gonna even think about this. So you gotta think about it like this. Are you really gonna remember the fact that you were being stressed out over an exam? No, you're not. I would literally like put myself out of where I was. I would literally be like, okay, I'm a human being. Outside of being a human being, there's other human beings living on this planet. Everyone's living their own life. Outside of being humans to begin with, we're living on Earth. There's other planets, there's a whole universe, a whole galaxy, and then you're really nothing at the end of the day if you really think about it. So literally, I would always think about that. And I'm like, wait, why am I even stressed to begin with? Stop complaining and just do the work. You're like, oh, now I have to do this homework. I have so much homework. And then you waste time. You think about the homework. You're not even doing it, by the way. You're wasting your brain space thinking about it when you could have just done it and gotten over with. Literally during senior year is when I realized, I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I wasting my brain space when I can just do the work? By the time I would finish doing all my assignments, I'll be like, oh, it wasn't even that bad. Like, why was I even complaining? Please do not prioritize extracurricular things for your studies. I feel like that's the biggest thing that I regretted in my life. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. For example, let's say in a semester you have a really busy, hectic schedule in terms of classes and you're taking a lot of hard classes like organic chemistry. Please don't add on to it. Like let's say you have a job on top of that and then you're trying to become a board member of a club. Some people are able to manage it very well, but me, I wasn't able to manage it. And guess what I did? I flunked my grade because of that. I remember during the first year of college as well, I started my first job that also tanked my grades down. During this time I worked at the airport, I had to wake up 4 a.m. in the morning, knowing that I have classes going on. My sleep was gone. Everything was gone. I couldn't focus. I couldn't study. Like it was crazy. All I'm telling you is do not let anything affect your grades. So learn your priorities, learn what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, when you should be doing this and when you shouldn't be doing it. What I mean by get that college experience is I'm not telling you to party, go crazy. That's not what I'm telling you. During the second year, I started to join a club at my university and they had like dance events happening. So I would join it, you know, I would participate in dancing while also managing classes on top of that. And it was so fun. It genuinely just helped me de-stress. So you should be doing things like that, doing your hobbies, doing your extracurriculars, joining a club. And I feel like you should go out of your comfort zone, which is what college is for. You could be making really good friends in college as well. And this is a person who used to be a chronic introvert telling you all this. I really pushed myself out there. Of course, I was uncomfortable, but I was doing it for a purpose. Considering I was going to enter the medical field anyways, I had to get used to talking to people, being a little bit more extroverted, getting used to that environment. I also did become vice president in one of the clubs at my university. So I definitely was doing a lot. I was talking to people. I also made a really good friend there. Don't take this as in like, I need to be friends with everybody no matter how they are. I need to make connections to get that college experience. That's not what I'm talking about. You have to be selective. Be careful who you're friends with, who you're going into college with, who you decide to be friends with, because I promise you it quite literally will make your college life or it will break your college life. I know that there's some schools that are party schools. I just feel like the culture is so toxic with like the whole friendship and like the group. I feel like there's a lot of drama happening. There's a lot of unnecessary people talking about each other, crazy things happening. You know, you don't want to get involved with that. So make sure you're really getting to know people people. Even if you don't make any friends, who cares, okay? It's only gonna be you at the end of the day. And thankfully, I already experienced bad friendship groups when I was in high school, so I'm actually very selective with my energy. If you do something very, very weird, I'm just not gonna associate myself with you. You should be making quality friends, not quantity friends. The thing with us humans is that we kind of adapt to the environment around us. So imagine you had friends that didn't care about anything. They just wanted to sleep, drink, party. You're gonna slowly become like them. Even if you think you're not, depending on how strong your morals are, you're slowly gonna start thinking like them. So make sure you have good friends around you. Stop comparing yourself to other people. It might seem like to you that some people have their life together, you know, they're doing so many things. Like, how are they able to do all that? How are they able to manage school, everything? And they have good grades, they have a 4.0 GPA. You just lose your mind. You're like, oh my God, like, I want to be like them. Like, why am I not like them? And then you put yourself down. Maybe that's the only thing that they're focusing on, right? Maybe their family life is good. They don't have to worry about anything. Or maybe they just, you know, are naturally smart. They're naturally gifted. Especially for me, I would literally have to tell myself that, okay, like, I have a lot of responsibilities outside of my schools and my hobbies. In college, I was living with my parents and I have a younger brother who I quite literally needed to take care of. Like, literally raising a kid, bro, is crazy. On top of the fact that my parents were working 24/7. So I had to take care of a lot of things in the house and manage my studies and manage my clubs and do everything. I don't think I perfected it until like senior year of college, by the way. And the thing with me is that I'm actually a very slow learner. Like, I have to study 2 weeks before just to get a really good score. So you also have to think about your situation versus what other people's situation is. You don't know people's in and outs. When I was in high school, I wasn't the smartest and I really didn't try. And so I was really scared when I was entering in college to be like, I'm not even that smart. Like, how am I gonna get through this? I haven't been able to like really develop a study method. Definitely, I was not the greatest in terms of education, I would say. Throughout college, I realized that anything's possible, okay? If you didn't do it before, you can do it now. As long as you put your effort in and try your best, you'll be able to do it. And now I feel like I'm way smarter than I was in high school, and I kind of shock myself and I'm like, wow, I actually did that. Improvement is the main thing, right? You don't want to go static. Whether you have straight A's, you still want to improve another part of your life. Summer classes are literally cheat code. Take your summer classes. One, you'll graduate on time. You might even graduate earlier. Every summer, I would at least take one summer class. Sometimes I would take 2 or 3. You're basically done with a 4-month course within a month. Just keep in mind that it is very rigorous, but it's definitely doable. Last advice. Please, please, please make sure to work out, eat healthy, and get enough sleep. I know how college students are. We tend to stay up all night studying, and then you don't get enough sleep, function on caffeine, energy drinks. Energy drinks are not good for you, by the way. Of course, I'm saying like excessive amounts. You're not working out, you're not eating the best, you're eating out every day. You need to make time to make food, okay? You don't need to make a 5-star meal. I mean, it's one thing if you're living in a dorm, that's difficult. Still try eating healthy as much as you possibly can. And make sure you're working out. It'll help you manage your stress very, very well. If you screw up your health right now, it's gonna catch up to you later on. That was a lot, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I think a lot of you guys are thinking at the end of this video, this is what I have to do in college. Like, this is insane. I have to do all of this all at once. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm telling you to keep in mind, keep a note of it, of everything that I just told you. And slowly, one by one, when you get your life figured out, you want to implement everything in. For me, during the first year, I did not enroll in any extracurricular activities. I would go to the gym here and there. I completely just dedicated my time to studying during the first year. And then during the second year, I joined a club. I was doing a lot during that year, and I was also going to the gym. Then during the third year, I became vice president at a club. Then during my fourth year, I didn't participate in any clubs. I was like, okay, like no more clubs. That's enough for me. I completely just focused on working and my curriculum. So I like took everything one step at a time as much as I possibly could, because that's what you should be doing. You're not supposed to be doing everything off the bat, one and done. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Make sure you subscribe and like if you liked this video. And if you guys, have any questions, of course, let me know. I will answer them.